You know, the auditing business and conscious leadership is normally known as an oxymoron. But the most conscious auditor in the business is one who has remained a partner over the years. I'd now like to call upon Graham Boak to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege and honor to present Mohanji, or Dr. Mohanji, with the Conscious Company's Humanitarian Award. Please come to the stage.
Good evening to all of you. Thank you so much for this great appreciation, great award. I cherish this because many times in life, when we go ahead doing our thing in the world, hoping that this is the right thing to do, we have no idea. Because there's nothing to test it. There's no benchmark. And the world needs a lot of stuff. And world is in its current shape, you know it very well. So there are so many things to do, and we do not know whether we are doing the right thing. So when we get such appreciation, it tells us, yes, you are in the right track. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you to the conscious leadership setup, the infrastructure, the team behind it, all of you who voted for it, and especially Brenda and Mervyn King. Thank you. I was honored to sit next to him in today's function. Thank you so much for that. And to all of you, I appreciate it. Now, being conscious, it's not a right, it's a responsibility. First level of being conscious starts with being conscious that we are alive. This is number one. We are alive today. Second level of being conscious is to know that our life is temporary. If you live 80 years, it's only 80 birthdays, 80 Christmas, 80 everything. There's not a lot. If you live 80 years, it's 29,200 days, that's all. And in that time, so much of time is spent on sleeping, gossiping, doing so many things. And sometimes we fight ourselves most of the time. When we wake up, we are not happy because we tend to compare with another person. We tend to compete with another person, thinking that we can excel than what we are now. It's not true. Please remember, we all believe that we are living in one world called this earth. Is it true? No. We are all our own worlds. Nobody is same as another. Please remember, we are only in one space, but we are not part of one world. We are all our own worlds. We only can associate with how we are. We cannot associate with something or anything about anybody or with somebody thinking that they are like us. That's not true. Nobody is like us. Our thumb impression is unique to us. There is nobody like us. So how foolish it is to compare with another and say that I can excel that. That's not true. All we have to do is to excel from our yesterday to today, or excel in what we are. And that brings uniqueness, authenticity. World is looking for that. World is looking at how authentic you are. World is not looking for imitations, and world has no regard for imitations. There's no way you can compete and then you can behave like another and still be accepted. Now, I'm not here for a big speech, but I wanted to, I remember as I was sitting there, I was remembering the last moments of Socrates. This is a story which I heard. Socrates drank poison and he was dying. There were people around him and he had closed his eyes and he was slipping into death. One person asked him, "Sir, do you have any regrets?" Suddenly, he opened his eyes and he had tears coming down. He said, "Yes, I could not thank all the people who helped me to stay liberated. I consumed food. I don't know who made them. I consumed a lot of things to stay alive until now. And I don't know who did it, who served me, who did all these things. I could not thank anybody. So I have regrets. I could not thank them." Living consciously. This was the last message from Socrates. To live consciously, we should always live with gratitude. Be grateful for everything. Today we are living here. Heart is beating. There is something to do. Tomorrow, no idea. No idea. As I said, if you live 80 years, it's only 29,000 days. That's not a lot of days. There's no time to compete, no time to fight. We have to do something on earth. I was with Craig Foster, the feature Oscar winner for My Octopus Teacher. I came to see him in Cape Town. Very sensitive man, and we resonated with each other. And likewise, I was with Dr. Samir Osmanagic in Sarajevo, in the pyramids of Bosnia, just before I came here. I came from Sarajevo. So these are people very conscious, very much conscious, and giving their last drop of blood for a cause connected to earth. Please remember, while we are talking this, rainforests are burning. Since weeks now, we are trying to do something in the Amazon forest. So much of hectares of land are burnt, gone. And this is the lungs of the world, burnt. And so much of disaster going on here. But we are probably not so conscious about all this. Because if we are conscious, I always say, we should we should discard our hypocrisy. And don't just presume or assume or pretend that everything is okay. I'm not trying to be pessimistic, nor I'm telling you to be pessimistic or to do something just to please the world or something, but feel it. The moment you start feeling, then we'll start doing. Please remember, I was working in corporate as it was told here. At one point in time, I had no satisfaction from what I do. Money was okay. Position was okay. Everything was good. What money can buy, I have enjoyed. But again, contentment factor. I believe the best earning of a lifetime is contentment. For that, we need stability. Stability has to happen from mind. And if for stability's sake, we need to have clarity of purpose. We need to know exactly what are we doing here, why we are here, why. Secondly, clarity gives effectiveness. So our activity will be effective. Please remember, the first part of our life as child, we were not effective because we were dependent. Last part of our life also, we may not be effective because we are dependent again. So effective life is only a small part of our total life. That time, if we don't have clarity, if we are chasing something, imagining tomorrow we will be happy, we might be wrong. So stability is stability based on clarity of purpose. That leads to effectiveness. Effective activities lead to contentment. And contentment is your best gift of this life. If you have a contented existence, you are powerful, you are strong, you have a great presence on earth. All of us can do that. All of us have it. And I'm looking at people who are leaders in their own right, in their own organization, and in the world. And you can actually make a big difference. I was addressing a group of very, very big businessmen in England, in London. And they were all multimillionaires, of course. And all the questions, I mean, it was an interactive session, and all the questions they asked was how to find contentment. And that was the point here. Activity cannot lead to contentment if there is no clarity. If we are clear what we have to do on earth, it will all happen. And it is not connected to our usual life of taking birth, having an education, having a job, having a wife, having a child, having a house, and then cars, and then we die. That's a usual mechanical way of social existence. But that's not the point here. Individually, what we are, what we could do, and there is tremendous strength in everybody. We are all unique, and that's our strength. Once again, thank you very much for honoring me, giving me the space and the time to speak these words. I wish all of you great health, great vitality, great clarity, and also great effectiveness in this world. I'm walking with you. I love you. Thank you so much.